Welcome to Sports Love Media on YouTube. It's your guy Sports Love. Today, December 4th, 2025. College football coaches are having a hard time being able to keep their jobs for prolonged periods of time. You have to win football games in order to continue coaching where you are. They have a thing called the coaches carousel to where a lot of coaches get fired, a lot of coaches get hired each and every season, but you don't see the longevity anymore. I have a list of what is considered the greatest college football coaches of all time regarding their win-loss record. In their coaching, they coached NCAA games, and that can be NCAA Division I FBS, which is your normal Division I football. You have Division I FCS, which is a football championship series. You have Division II and Division III. So some of these coaches you may not know, but they did coach somewhere within the NCAA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some information regarding these coaches and other information that I can find, and we're just going to go down this list on who would be the greatest coaches of all time based upon longevity and wins. And yes, wins are important because it'll help the coaches to keep their jobs longer, and you don't really see a lot of longevity anymore. Most coaches might stay at one place 5 or 6 years and then either be fired or they move on somewhere else. So here we go. We have John Gagliardi, who coached 64 years, and in that time, he had 489 wins, 138 losses, 11 ties, a win percentage of .775, and he coached at Carroll in Montana from 1949 to 1952, and St. John's in Minnesota from 1953 to 2012. You have Joe Paterno, who coached 46 years as head coach. He had 409 wins, 136 losses, 3 ties, and his win percentage was .749. He coached at Penn State from 1966 to 2011. Next, you have Eddie Robinson, who spent 55 years coaching. During that time, he had 408 wins, 165 losses, 15 ties, a win percentage of .707, and he coached at Grambling from 1941 to 1942, and then again from 1945 to 1997. Next, you have Bobby Bowden, who coached 44 years, and in that time, he had 377 wins, 129 losses, 4 ties, a win percentage of .743, or 74.3%. He coached at Samford from 1959 to 1962, West Virginia from 1970 to 1975, and Florida State from 1976 to 2009. Next, you have Kevin Donnelly, who coached 46 years. In that time, he had 356 wins, 157 losses, 1 tie, a win percentage of .694. He coached at Anderson in Indiana from 1978 to 1981, Georgetown in Kentucky from 1982 to 1992, California and Pennsylvania from 1993 to 1996, and St. Francis, Indiana from 1998 to 2024. Next, you have Ken Sparks, who spent 37 years coaching, won 338 times, lost 99 times, had 2 ties, a win percentage of .772, and he spent his entire coaching career at Carson Newman from 1980 to 2016. Next, you have Larry Kehres, 27 years, 332 wins, 24 losses, 3 ties, a win percentage of .929, and he spent his entire career at Mount Union from 1986 to 2012. Next, you have Bear Bryant, and yes, a lot of people know who that is, but he spent 38 years coaching. In that time, he had 323 wins, 85 losses, 17 ties, a win percentage of .780 or 78%. He coached in Maryland in 1945, Kentucky from 1946 to 1953, Texas A&M from 1954 to 1957, and Alabama from 1958 until 1982. Next, you have Pop Warner, which there's a lot of youth football that started from him. He coached 49 years, has 319 wins, 106 losses, 32 ties, a win percentage of .730. He coached at Georgia from 1895 to 1896, Iowa State from 1895 to 1899, Cornell from 1897 to 1898, and then again from 1904 to 1906, Carlisle from 1899 to 1903, 1907 to 1914. He was at Pittsburgh from 1915 to 1923, Stanford from 1924 to 1932, and let's see, he was at Temple from 1933 to 1938. Next, you have Roy Kidd, who spent 39 years coaching, had 314 wins, 124 losses, 8 ties, a win percentage of .713 or 71.3%, and he spent his entire coaching career at Eastern Kentucky from 1964 to 2002. Next, you have Amos Alonzo Stagg, who spent 57 years coaching, won 314 games, had 199 losses, 35 ties, a win percentage of .605. He coached Springfield from 1890 to 1891, Chicago from 1892 to 1932, Pacific and California from 1933 to 1946. Next, you have Frosty Westering, who spent 40 years coaching, 305 wins, 96 losses, 7 ties, .756 win percentage. He coached Parsons from 1962 to 1963, Leah from 1966 to 1971, Pacific Lutheran from 1972 to 2003. Next, you have Larry Wilcox, who spent 42 years coaching, 305 wins, 153 losses, no ties, .666 as his win percentage, or 66.6%. He spent his entire career coaching Benedictine in Kansas from 1979 to 2020. Next, you have Tubby Raymond, who spent 36 years coaching, 300 wins, 119 losses, 3 ties, .714 or 71.4% win percentage, and he spent his entire coaching career coaching Delaware from 1966 to 2001. And even though this guy is not working right now, he's still considered one of the most successful coaches right now. Brian Kelly spent 35 years coaching. He has 292 wins, 107 losses, 2 ties, .731 win percentage or 73.1%. He coached at Grand Valley State from 1991 to 2003, Central Michigan from 2004 to 2006, Cincinnati from 2006 to 2009, Notre Dame from 2010 to 2021, LSU from 2022 to 2025. All right, next you have is Nick Saban, the legendary coach for the University of Alabama. He spent 28 years total in coaching. He has 292 wins, 71 losses, 1 tie. His win-loss percentage is .804 or 80.4%. He coached at Toledo in 1990, Michigan State from 1995 to 1999, LSU from 2000 to 2004, and Alabama from 2007 to 2023. Some of these coaches may have spent time in the NFL, and I do not have their NFL coaching record, but that may explain some of the gaps. Next, you have, you have Ron Shipper, 36 years, 287 wins, 67 losses, 3 ties, .808 or 80.8% win percentage, and he coached at Central Iowa from 1961 to 1996. Next, you have Mack Brown, who spent 36 years coaching. He has 288 wins, 155 losses, 1 tie, .650 win percentage. He coached at Appalachian State in 1983, Tulane from 1985 to 1987, North Carolina from 1988 to 1997, and then again from 2019 to 2024, and Texas from 1998 to 2013. Next, you have Frank Beamer, who spent 35 years coaching, 280 wins, 144 losses, 4 ties, win percentage of 65.7%, and he was at Murray State he was at Murray State from 1981 to 1986, and Virginia Tech from 1987 to 2015. Now, we have more that we'll go over. We have Monte Carter's 37 years, 275 wins, 117 losses, 2 ties, a win percentage of .701 or 70.1%. He coached Lakeland from 1981 to 1986 and Shepherd from 1987 to 2017. Next, you have Casey Wheeler, 31 years coaching, has 271 wins, 112 losses, 1 tie, .707 win percentage or 70.7%. He coached at Rowan from 1993 to 2001, Delaware from 2002 to 2012, Sam Houston State from 2014 to 2024, and he's currently coaching at Temple. All right, next is Al Bagnoli. He spent 40 years coaching, 269 wins, 134 losses, 0 ties, .667 win percentage. He coached at Union in New York from 1982 to 1991, from the University of Pennsylvania from 1992 to 2014, or what is called Penn, Columbia from 2015 to 2022. Next, you have Bob Ford, who spent 45 years coaching, 265 wins, 191 losses, 1 tie, .581 percentage on the win thing. That's 58.1%. And was at St. Lawrence from 1965 to 1968, and then Albany from 1973 to 2013. All right, now you have Dennis Dowds, 45 years coaching, 264 wins, 204 losses, 3 ties, .564 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at East Stroudsburg from 1974 to 2018. Next, you have Roger Herring, 31 years coaching, 261 wins, 75 losses, 7 ties, .771 win percentage, and he spent his entire coaching career at Wisconsin La Crosse, 1969 to 1999. Next, you have Hank Biasiat, 38 years coaching, 258 wins, 121 losses, 1 tie, .680 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Dickinson State from 1976 to 2013. You have Rick Giancola, 39 years, 260 wins, 143 losses, 2 ties, .644 win percentage, Montclair State from 1983 to 2022. Next, you have Lavelle Edwards, who spent 29 years coaching, 257 wins, 101 losses, 3 ties, and a win percentage of .716. And he coached at BYU from 1972 to 2000. All right, next you have Frank Giardi, 36 years coaching, 257 wins, 97 losses, 5 ties, .723 win percentage, and he coached at Lycoming from 1972 to 2007. Next, you have Andy Talley, 37 years coaching, 257 wins, 155 losses, 2 ties, .623 win percentage, and he coached at St. Lawrence from 1979 to 1983 and Villanova from 1985 to 2016. All right, next you have Jim Malowski, 40 years coaching, 255 wins, 125 losses, 13 ties, .665 win percentage. He coached Minnesota Duluth from 1958 to 1997, spent his entire career there. Next, you have Tom Osborne, 25 years coaching, 255 wins, 49 losses, 3 ties, .836 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Nebraska from 1973 to 1997. Next, you have Steve Johnson, 34 years, 252 wins, 110 losses, 1 tie, .696 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at Bethel in Minnesota from 1989 to 2023. Next is another legendary one that most have heard of, Lou Holtz. 33 years coaching, 249 wins, 132 losses, 7 ties, .651 win percentage. He coached at William & Mary from 1969 to 1971, North Carolina State from 1972 to 1975, Arkansas from 1977 to 1983, Minnesota from 1984 to 1985, Notre Dame from 1986 to 1996, South Carolina from 1999 to 2004. Next, you have Jimmy Laycock, 39 years coaching, 249 wins, 194 losses, 2 ties, .562 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at William & Mary from 1980 until 2018. Next, you have Rob Ash, who spent 36 years coaching, 246 wins, 137 losses, 5 ties, .640 win percentage. He was at Juniata from 1980 to 1988, Drake from 1989 to 2006, Montana State from 2007 to 2015. Next, you have Billy Joe, who coached 34 years, 245 wins, 127 losses, 4 ties, .657 win percentage. He coached at Cheney from 1972 to 1978, Central State from 1981 to 1993, Florida A&M 1994 to 2004, and Miles College from 2008 to 2010. Next, you have Jerry Moore, 31 years coaching, 242 wins, 135 losses, 2 ties, .641 win percentage. He coached at North Texas from 1979 to 1980, Texas Tech from 1981 to 1985, Appalachian State from 1989 to 2012. Next, you have Mel Tjeerdsma, 27 years coaching, 242 wins, 82 losses, 4 ties, .744 win percentage. He coached Austin from 1984 to 1993, Northwest Missouri State from 1994 to 2010. All right, moving on to the next group of people, coaches that are good. Let's see, you have Steve Ryan, who spent 23 years coaching, 240 wins, 47 losses, no ties, .836 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Morningside. He's been there since 2002, and he's still there. Let's see. Bob Nielsen, 32 years coaching, 239 wins, 128 losses, 1 tie, .651 win percentage. Let's see. He coached at Ripon from 1989 to 1990, Wartburg from 1991 to 1995, Wisconsin Eau Claire from 1996 to 1998, Minnesota Duluth from 1999 to 2003, and then again from 2008 to 2012. He coached Western Illinois from 2013 to 2015, and South Dakota from 2016 to 2024. All right, that's a lot of coaching places for him. Next is Woody Hayes, 33 years coaching, 238 wins, 72 losses, 10 ties, .759 win percentage. He coached at Denison from 1946 to 1948, Miami in Ohio from 1949 to 1950, and Ohio State from 1951 to 1978. Next is John Merritt, 32 years, 235 wins, he had 70 losses, 12 ties, .760 win percentage. He coached at Jackson State from 1952 to 1962 and Tennessee State from 1963 to 1983. Chris Ault is next. 28 years coaching, 234 wins, 108 losses, 1 tie, .684 win percentage. He coached at Nevada from 1976 to 1992, again from 1994 to 1995, and again from 2004 to 2012. Next is Rich Lackner. 36 years coaching, 234 wins, 125 losses, 2 ties, a win percentage of .651, and he coached at one school, Carnegie Mellon, 1986 to 2021. Next is Bo Schembechler, 27 years coaching, 234 wins, 65 losses, 8 ties, .775 win percentage. He coached Miami at Ohio from 1963 to 1968, Michigan from 1969 to 1989. Next, you have Ace Mumford, 36 years coaching, 233 wins, 85 losses, 23 ties, .717 win percentage. Jarvis Christian from 1924 to 1926, Bishop from 1927 to 1929, Texas College from 1931 to 1935, Southern from 1936 to 1942, and then again from 1944 to 1961. Next, you have Joe Taylor, 30 years, 233 wins, 96 losses, 4 ties, .706 win percentage. Coached at Howard in 1983, Virginia Union from 1984 to 1991, Hampton from 1992 to 2007, Florida A&M from 2008 to 2012. Next, you have Norm Esch, 38 years coaching, 232 wins, 134 losses, 1 tie, .634 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at Illinois Wesleyan from 1987 to 2024. Next, you have Hayden Fry, 37 years coaching, 232 wins, 178 losses, 10 ties, .564 win percentage. He was at SMU from 1962 to 1972, North Texas from 1973 to 1978, and Iowa from 1979 to 1998. All right, next is Tim Murphy, 36 years coaching, 232 wins, 134 losses, 1 tie, .634 win percentage. He was at Maine from 1987 to 1988, Cincinnati from 1989 to 1993, Harvard from 1994 to 2023. Next, you have Pete Fredenberg, 24 years coaching, 231 wins, 39 losses, 0 ties, .856 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Mary Hardin Baylor from 1998 to 2021. Next is Willard Bailey, 37 years coaching, 230 wins, 150 losses, 7 ties, .603 win percentage. He was at Virginia Union from 1971 to 1983, and then again from 1995 to 2003. Norfolk State from 1984 to 1992. St. Paul's in Virginia from 2005 to 2010. Let's see. Mike Drass is next. 25 years coaching, 229 wins, 61 losses, 1 tie, .789 win percentage. And it looks like he spent his entire career at Wesley in Delaware from 1993 to 2017. Next is Jim Tressel. 25 years coaching, 229 wins, 79 losses, 2 ties, .742 win percentage. And he was at Youngstown State from 1986 to 2000 and Ohio State from 2001 to 2010. Here's a legend, Steve Spurrier, 26 years coaching, 228 wins, 89 losses, 2 ties, .718 win percentage. Duke from 1987 to 1989, Florida from 1990 to 2001, South Carolina from 2005 to 2015. Next is John Luckhart, 27 years coaching, 225 wins, 70 losses, 2 ties, .761 win percentage. He was at Washington and Jefferson from 1982 to 1998 and California and Pennsylvania from 2002 to 2011. Next, you have Joe Fincham, 25 years coaching, 224 wins, 51 losses, 0 ties, .815 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at Wittenberg from 1996 to 2021. Next, you have Fred Long, 44 years coaching, 224 wins, 145 losses, 31 ties, .599 win percentage. He spent time coaching at Paul Quinn from 1921 to 1928, Wiley from 1923 to 1947, and then again from 1956 to 1965. He was at Prairie View A&M in 1948 and Texas College from 1949 to 1954. All right, moving on this list. I'm going over this whole list, so that way everybody knows just how important this is. You have Walt Harmeline, 34 years coaching, 223 wins, 139 losses, 2 ties, .615 win percentage. He spent his entire coaching career at Wagner from 1981 to 2014. Next, you have Jim Margraf, 29 years coaching, 221 wins, 89 losses, 3 ties, .711 win percentage. He coached at Johns Hopkins his entire career from 1990 until 2028. Next, you have Gene Carpenter, 32 years coaching, 220 wins, 90 losses, 6 ties, .706 win percentage, and he was at Adams State in 1968, Millersville from 1970 until 2000. All right, next is Larry Kindbaum, 37 years coaching, 220 wins, 149 losses, 1 tie, .596 win percentage. He coached at Kenyon 1983 to 1988, Washington in Missouri from 1989 to 2019. Next, you have Mike Feminis, 26 years coaching, 219 wins, 88 losses, no ties, a win percentage of .713, and he's coached at St. Xavier, or what is commonly called just Xavier, from 1999 until the present day. Yeah, so next you have Ted Kessinger, 28 years coaching, 219 wins, 57 losses, 1 tie, .792 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Bethany in Kansas from 1976 until 2003. Next, you have Mike Ayers, 33 years coaching, 218 wins, 160 losses, 2 ties, .577 win percentage. He coached at East Tennessee State from 1985 to 1987 and Wofford from 1988 until 2017. You have Bill Cronin, 25 years coaching, 218 wins, 65 losses, 0 ties, .770 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching in Georgetown in Kentucky from 1997 until 2021. Next, you have Ron Harms, 31 years coaching, 218 wins, 112 losses, 5 ties, .658 win percentage. He spent time coaching in Concordia, New England, or Nebraska, from 1964 to 1969, Adams State from 1970 to 1973, Texas A&M in Kingsville from 1979 until 1999. Next, you have Ron Randleman, 36 years coaching, 218 wins, 167 losses, 6 ties, .565 win percentage. He coached at William Penn from 1969 to 1975, Pittsburgh State from 1976 to 1981, and Sam Houston from 1982 until 2004. Next, you have Jim Christopherson, 32 years coaching, 217 wins, 102 losses, 7 ties, .676 win percentage. Concordia Moorhead, he spent his entire career there from 1969 until 2000. Next, you have Fred Martinelli, 35 years coaching, 217 wins, 119 losses, 12 ties, .641 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at Ashland from 1959 until 1993. Next is Bill Zwan, 25 years coaching, 217 wins, 90 losses, 0 ties, .707 win percentage. He was at Widener from 1997 to 2002 and Westchester from 2003 to 2023. Next, you have Kirk Fritz, 29 years coaching, 216 wins, 145 losses, 0 ties, .598 win percentage. He coached at Maine from 1990 to 1992 and Iowa 1999 to the present. He's still currently coaching there. Next, you have Bill Snyder, 27 years coaching, 215 wins, 117 losses, 1 tie, .647 win percentage. He spent his entire career at Kansas State between 1989 to 2005, and then again from 2009 to 2018. Next, you have Sherman Wood, 32 years coaching, 214 wins, 119 losses, 1 tie, .642 win percentage. He was at Bowie State from 1993 to 1998, Salisbury from 1999 to the present. Next, you have Dennis Franchione. That name is familiar. 30 years coaching, 213 wins, 135 losses, 2 ties, .611 win percentage. He was at Southwestern in Kansas from 1981 to 1982, Pittsburgh State from 1985 to 1989, Texas State from 1990 to 1991, New Mexico from 1992 to 1997, TCU from 1998 to 2000, Alabama from 2001 to 2002, Texas A&M 2003 to 2007, and Texas State second go-around from 2011 to 2015. Next, you have Danny Hale, 25 years coaching, 213 wins, 69 losses, 1 tie, .754 win percentage. He coached at West Chester from 1984 to 1988 and Bloomsburg from 1993 to 2012. Next, you have Willie Fritz, 28 years coaching, 212 wins, 124 losses, 0 ties, .631 win percentage. Central Missouri Mules, 1997 to 2009, Sam Houston State from 2010 to 2013, Georgia Southern 2014 to 2015, Tulane 2016 to 2023, and Houston from 2024 to the present. He's still coaching at Houston at the moment. Next, you have Eric Hamilton, who coached 36 years, has 212 wins, 144 losses, 6 ties, .594 win percentage, and he spent his entire career at TCNJ from 1977 until 2012. All right, moving on to the next group. I know this is a long video, but this is worth it, so bear with me. You have Larry Korver, 29 years, 212 wins, 77 losses, 7 ties, .729 win percentage, and he coached at Northwestern Iowa from 1968 to 1994. You have Bill Manlove. That's a weird name, but okay. 32 years coaching, 212 wins, 111 losses, 1 tie, .656 win percentage. He coached at Widener from 1969 to 1991, Delaware Valley from 1992 to 1995, LaSalle from 1997 to 2001. Next, you have Peter Mazzaferro, 41 years coaching, 209 wins, 158 losses, 11 ties, .567 win percentage. He coached at Waynesburg from 1959 to 1963, Curry in 1963, Bridgewater State from 1968 to 1986, and then again from 1988 until 2004. All right, now you have Mike Swider, 24 years coaching, 209 wins, 52 losses, 0 ties, .798 percentage, and he coached his entire career at Wheaton in Illinois from 1996 until 2019. Next, you have Jess Neely, 40 years coaching, 207 wins, 176 losses, 19 ties, .539 win percentage. He coached Southwestern Tennessee from 1924 to 1927, Clemson from 1931 to 1939, Rice from 1940 to 1966. Next, you have Jim Butterfield, 27 years, 206 wins, 71 losses, 1 tie, .743 win percentage, and he coached his entire career at Ithaca from 1967 to 1993. Next, you have Mike Maynard, 32 years coaching, 206 wins, 91 losses, 1 tie, .693 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching at Redlands from 1988 until 2021. Next, you have Harold Elliott, 37 years coaching, 205 wins, 179 losses, 9 ties, .533 win percentage. He coached Southwestern Kansas from 1964 to 1968, Washburn from 1969 to 1970, Emporia State from 1971 to 1973, Texas and Arlington from 1974 to 1983, Northwest Missouri State from 1988 to 1993, Eastern New Mexico 1994 to 2004. Next, you have Carl Polker, 31 years coaching, 205 wins, 100 losses, 1 tie, .672 win percentage. He's coached at Milliken 1982 to 1995 and McKendree from 1996 to 2012. Next, you have Jake Gaither, 25 years coaching, 204 wins, 36 losses, 4 ties, .844 win percentage. And he coached his entire career at Florida A&M from 1945 to 1969. Next, you have Cleveland Abbott, who coached 31 years, 203 wins, 96 losses, 28 ties, .664 win percentage, and he coached his entire career at Tuskegee from 1923 to 1954. Next, you have Mike Van Diest, 20 years coaching, 203 wins, 54 losses, 0 ties, .790 win percentage, and he spent his entire career coaching Carroll in Montana from 1999 to 2018. Next, you have Warren B. Woodson, 31 years coaching, 203 wins, 95 losses, 14 ties, .673 win percentage. He coached at Arkansas State Teachers from 1935 to 1940, Hardin Simmons from 1941 to 1942, and again from 1946 to 1951, Arizona from 1952 to 1956, New Mexico State from 1958 to 1967, and Trinity in Texas from 1972 to 1973. Next, you have Don Nalen, 30 years coaching, 202 wins, 128 losses, 8 ties, .609 win percentage. He spent time at Bowling Green from 1968 to 1976, West Virginia from 1980 until 2000. Next, you have Eddie Anderson, 39 years, 201 wins, 128 losses, 15 ties, .606 win percentage. He was at Loras from 1922 to 1924, DePaul from 1925 to 1931, Holy Cross from 1933 to 1938, and then again from 1950 to 1964. He was at Iowa from 1939 to 1942, and then again from 1946 to 1949. Next is Mike DeLong, 34 years coaching, 201 wins, 139 losses, 2 ties, .591 win percentage. He spent his time at Maine Maritime from 1979 to 1980 and Springfield from 1984 to 2015. Next, you have Vince Dooley, 25 years coaching, 201 wins, 77 losses, 10 ties, .715 win percentage, and he spent his entire time coaching at Georgia from 1964 until 1988. Next, you have Keith W. Piper, 39 years coaching, 201 wins, 141 losses, 18 ties, .583 win percentage, and he spent his entire coaching career at Denison from 1954 to 1992. Next, you have Joe Glenn, who spent 28 years coaching, has 200 wins, 134 losses, 1 tie, win percentage of .599. He was at Doane from 1976 to 1979, Northern Colorado from 1989 to 1999, Montana from 2000 to 2002, Wyoming 2003 to 2008, and South Dakota from 2012 to 2015. All right, now I have 2 more coaches on this aspect of things. You have Daryl Mudra, who has spent 26 years coaching, has 200 wins, 81 losses, 4 ties, .709 win percentage. He coached at Adams State from 1959 to 1962, North Dakota State from 1963 to 1965, Arizona from 1967 until 1968, Western Illinois 1969 through 1973, Florida State from 1974 to 1975, Eastern Illinois 1978 to 1982, Northern Iowa from 1983 to 1987. You have Jim Sweeney, 32 years coaching. He has 200 wins. 200 wins, 154 losses, 4 ties, .564 win percentage. He coached at Montana State from 1963 to 1967, Washington State from 1968 to 1975, Fresno State from 1976 to 1977, and again from 1980 to 1996. So there you have it. Those are the best coaches of all time if you factor in longevity and the number of years they have been coaching. And I know this is a lot of information, but I think it was worthwhile to go over this information just to show that if you win games, you can stay for a very long time at certain places. And a lot of times when these coaches changed places where they were working, it wasn't because they did anything bad. They just wanted to change the scenery, and they figured they could win the games there, so they did. So anyway, with this on Sports Love Media, thank you for listening and taking the time to hear about the winningest coaches based upon longevity and based upon their win-loss record. If you will, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the notification bell so you can be made aware of when I'm doing historical information such as what I just went over, when I have sports action videos, when I have sports education videos, or when I broadcast live or have breaking news in the sports world. Thanks and have a wonderful day.